Hi everyone, Brad with Pro Painter here. I just did something really dumb. I had a great video recorded and it was going upstairs and somehow the draft is just gone, so now I gotta redo it. Well, so this is the first series. This is the first of the tool series. So I've been through all this stuff already here, so now I gotta do this video again. So what I did, I talked about the economy brush that I bought today. Did some crazy thing and bought a junk paintbrush. So we're talking paintbrushes today, and you know, I opened all these up already, but you know how by now I think everybody knows how much I like Worcester Tools. I sure wish that company would get a hold of me someday. But most everybody that I worked with in the past all seem to kind of gravitate towards the Worcester Tools, you know, especially the paintbrushes, you know. But what I did was, the point that I wanted to make was buying a cheap paintbrush. I'll get up close here. So this is just like a polyester cheap plastic handle and real thick bristles on it, you know, and this is just a cheap polyester block brush. And the point that I wanted to make was, like, with my 34 years of experience, if there's no way I could get any kind of professional result with this, with all the years of skills that I have with a brush, you can't do it with something like this. You just can't. So that my point of encouragement is to, you know, if you're gonna expect to get good results, you can't use, you know, junk tools or cheap tools. You gotta get good stuff, you know. These are the ones that we mostly use now, are these 2.5s, and this is the silver tip. The silver tip Worcester brushes that we use. These are nylon, and these are very nice. They're very nice for getting the results that we're trying to achieve. Another big thing that I just want to encourage is that for do-it-yourselfers, develop your skills. You know, work at it, fight through the learning curve, and develop your skills. You know, I mean, I was gonna show you how it is with these handy pails. You know, of course this is used by me at one point, you know, but this is kind of how it would be to what it looks like in there when you're tapping on the sides after, you know. But learn to develop your skills is what I would encourage. You know, this strap is really handy. This is a nice setup. This is like what you spend the most time with as a painter. Right here is just like your brush and pot. you really do. And this is what you spend the most time doing stuff with. And so I had this. This is, I'll show you what I used as an apprentice. Were these old 3-inch, these are the Jaguars, the Worcester Jaguars. I got my name on it, and I used to coat these in marine grade varnish and spar varnish, and just because it's nice and smooth, you know. And but I just kind of wanted to show you these. This is like a 1-inch ferrule on here, and these are nylon bristles. And this is when I was an apprentice, these 3-inch block brushes were what we used. You know, this is what we don't anymore. I don't use a big brush like this anymore. I could, but they're harder to clean up because they're big and they hold a lot of material. They're nice paint brushes. These are really good quality craftsmanship and very good. Yeah. So that's old school a little bit. And then I told the story that when I was an apprentice, I'd have been like a 23-year-old guy down in Madison. I worked for a contractor. That guy was like 55 at the time. And he expected all of his journeymen to use these big 4-inch brushes at that time. Like, nothing smaller. This is what you use. And I think of that now because I'm probably close to his age now. Now back then, using this thing for a half an hour, my arm and wrist would be so fatigued because it'd just be so heavy, and But yeah, that's what he required all his guys to use, with these big 4-inch brushes. Like, oh my gosh. When at that time I was used to using a 3. So it's kind of funny. But so paintbrushes, yeah. Worcester, that's the tools, and I just wanted to encourage do-it-yourselfers to fight through the learning curve and develop your skills, because with a good tool, this is how you get a good result. When you learn how to lay these bristles down and to maneuver them, and a lot of things just happen naturally once you learn how to do that, and you get good results just by painting, rather than the mask and mop technique, like many homeowners will do, just like tape everything and just like just mask and mop it. And yeah, that's no way, because then it all bleeds under the tape, and you just make a mess, and you use this junk brush. I mean, this thing would be fine if you had to put some adhesive on a piece of floor or something and then glue a piece of flooring down. That's about all this thing's good for. This is not really a painting tool, in my opinion. This $4 brush. But that's what I wanted to go over today in the first video, the first video of the series for tools, and we'll go over the rollers, all the different rollers. I got some 4-6-inch mini rollers here, and the other things, and the extensions, and that's going to be the next video of the tools series, the hands-on tools. So I appreciate you all joining me on your Sunday, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, keep her tight.